when they're kiting in and out of fights and waiting for that one moment to really turn the game around.
Then I'll be the devil's advocate. I'm going to go for GEEK as we enter the Land of Dawn. Ladies and gentlemen, the final match for both of these teams, Rebellion Zion and GEEK Fam's final statements in the regular season to prove that they are the best team here in season number 12. We're going to kick it off with game number 1. Already very different rotations here in the early game, with both supports. Actually, wait, a boy's the one who's clearing out this bottom lane in the EXP.
Ooh, early clear attempt from the side of GEEK Fam. They're trying to make some more pressure for Beloy to just find some ways to disrupt Vincent and his farming patterns. We talked about this earlier, Turna. The rotation and the pathing that these junglers take will somewhat determine how well they can do in that first neutral objective contest. Looking at the emblems though, you have an Inspire in the hands of Nile, so he's trying to be as mobile and as high damage as possible, especially in the early game.
Oh, good hook to delay, and the purple buff take. Vincent though caught in the half HP, but will escape. But yeah, I mean the rotations early game, it was all because of the roamer, right? The roamer will clear the mid lane, and EXP clear the EXP, so the roamers have level 2. There you go.
Well, talent predictions by the Samsung Galaxy series. It's got to be 2 votes for GEEK Fam. It's Eterna and Owawa on the Indonesian desk. We'll see who really wins out, technically, but looking at talent prediction ranking,
Whoa!
man.
What happened?
Ghani, you are overtaken
By CITB.
Shevin in the building.
What happened? What happened?
He's just built different, man.
I miscalculated yesterday.
Miscalculated yesterday.
Oh, no. Every time I predict, I always use a coin. So my coin wasn't having it yesterday.
It wasn't the lucky coin yesterday. No. All right, yes. A little switch there in the talents prediction rankings, but here we are. Both teams are fighting for this next neutral objective.
Hard guard popped as well. Let's see here, the slow effect will somehow force GEEK Fam to reposition, but good honk for Luke. Force him to use the flicker. Let's see though, the neutral objective take. It's gonna be a all-out fight, but Nile will find the turtle and Vincent gets taken out alongside with Rembo. Nile picks up the kill as GEEK Fam, they claimed the kills and the newt.
That was a 3-4-0 trade in favor of a GEEK Fam. And that's what you expect with the composition that they brought on the table as well.
Yeah, they have a better team fight composition. They have more AoE to work with. And more importantly, Rebellion were unable to get any pickoffs before the fight began. So I think it was a bit of a mistake for Rebellion to engage GEEK Fam in a pure 5v5. Well, 4v4 technically, right? A full equal battle. They need to try and look for opportunities before the neutral objective even spawns. Later on in the mid-game though, I feel like they have a stronger mid-game power spike. And that Angela is definitely going to be a bit more impactful compared to this Rafaela.
Oh, flicker, holy baptism now. Hard guard triggered. Let's see all the damage. Oh, heavy crossbow hits hard. Renbu will secure the kill, but take a look at a boy with the flanks. Good bloody hunt by Audi. A boy now with the flicker. Player does not find the kill, but the cover from Rebellion Zion will secure a boy's life.
Very aggressive by GEEK Fam. It was actually Beloyski who initiated that skirmish in the top side to gain a little bit more favor against Highs in that gold lane with a boy. And both of these players, they're the ones to get taken out, and Rebellion Zion benefit off of that.
Yeah, we're just talking about the mid-game power spike. It's only 4 minutes right now, but especially later on, and at about 6 minutes, you're gonna see Rebellion Zion really abusing that Irithel-Angela combo, but this is the weakness.
Oh, careful, Rembo. Still securing, still holding on to that flicker.
See, this is what I thought was kind of a loophole in Rebellion Zion's composition. They brought a Franco who supposedly wanted to go for pickoffs in the early game, like you mentioned before that turtle fight, but they don't have anyone to combo the Franco with. But here it is, already another off.
Good iron hook and hunt. Now on the backside will fall. Beloyski out of the picture. Luke now soaking damage, giving damage, flickering out of the way. But seems like Luke will be taken out. Vincent finding the double. Take a look at a boy caught in the 4-man gank. It's a 3-man taken down. It's going to be a side of Rebellion Zion.
It's going to be a 4-0 trade as well here. Rebellion Zion going to be able to get this turtle uncontested.
That is the weakness of a support roamer, man. You're out of position, you get engaged on, it's almost a guaranteed done deal. And now Rebellion, they're going for more.
Oh, purple buff will not be secured by Nile. It will be taken away. Vincent, good engage.
Let's look at the gold differences by Ube's gold right here. In the mid lane, it's pretty much even. And in fact, Renbu is doing a bit better. In the XP lane, the highlighted matchup here, 300 gold more for cars. I think the gold lane is where the real difference is really stacking up, right? Highs almost at 4K. Chadera, excuse me, is halfway there. So the early game for Brody isn't really working out. Rebellion are having a lot more success right here, but look at this engage.
Oh, that flicker, holy baptism earlier as well from Beloy. Does not really connect. Highs though is a little bit in a bit of a pickle. With the help of Hardguard now, they will re-engage. Beloy Nile. Oh, take a look at that damage. Beloyski, 20% of HP, 15 even. Gets out though.
What is that damage in this early game? Has Irital even built her combo yet?
Her core items? I don't think so. It's just that synergy. And now look at them trying to abuse it.
What does she have? Has claws?
Has claws, yeah.
That's it. That's the damage coming in from the Has claws only, Arashi.
He's also hitting a Rafaela without any defensive items at all. That is also part of the reason, right? The healer should never be in the front line. But Beloyski, being the aggressive man that he is, he likes playing this very high-risk style and even engaging on this quote-unquote security, safety support. So it has high risk, but also high reward if he's able to pull it off.
Honestly, he hasn't though.
Not so far.
Right? And it's actually giving Highs a little bit more of a say in that lane. I mean, already 2 assists. We saw why that was possible because of that early engage coming in from Beloyski that propelled him a little bit more in terms of gold in comparison to Chidera on the Brody, who you expect to want to snowball.
Yeah, I think what GEEK needs to do right here is to try and fake out, right? Feint and engage, and then go in afterwards. They only have one big engage tool, and he's getting jumping right now.
Oof. GEEK fam rotating towards the turtle. They want to contest. Vincent. Oh, that holy baptism does not connect. Good onward, good Earth Shatter as well. Primal Wrath popped as well. It seems like penalty zone will low-key be cancelled out. Take a look at the neutral objective. Take Vincent. Finds it. Suppression connects. Luke gets taken out. That's another kill for Rebellion Zion.
More wins on top of wins for Rebellion, man. Getting the neutral objective, outplaying Luke, making the 1v1 unfair. But as I was saying, man, if they engage too decisively onto one person, the hard guard will stop it all. They have to try and maybe fake something out using the penalty zone, and then maybe Beloyski or Chidera can find some way to engage again. Because otherwise, Rebellion, they're on track to snowball even further out of control. But they're working against the clock right here, right? They have to try and end the game before GEEK fam can have a say in the macro department, in the mind games that they're so good at doing.
Because you mentioned the late game and the late game outcome that we're expecting from the composition that both of these teams brought. The fact is, Rebellion Zion has a little bit more to work with in the late game because of their gold lane of choice. Having an Irital in the late game, that's going to deal a lot of damage, DPS as well, and not necessarily reliant on an ultimate like the Brody, who's reliant on that torn apart memory.
There's also the fact that there's an Edith, right? An extra bit of DPS and a great source of magical damage, by the way, which makes this composition so well-rounded.
The hook and the hunt connects to Beloy, and that's a free pick-off for Rebellion Zion.
That's the signature pick for Oddity Z, showing dividends, man. Like we said, Rebellion Zion is just so flexible right here. They can engage using the Martis, the Franco, the Edith. Everyone is a potential threat, and GEEK fam doesn't have the tankiness to deal with it. They have one EXP laner that's supposed to be very tanky. They have an assassin in the jungle, and their roamer is also a support. The only person that can really stay in the front is going to be Luke, and he is at every turn, before every fight, bullied out of relevance technically.
Yeah, he has yet to land a efficient and impactful penalty zone. Not been able to do that so far with how much poke that Rebellion Zion has, and the fact is they're standing at almost a 4K gold lead already in the 9th minute of the game, as finally the Lord is going to spawn into the Land of Dawn, so we all know what the focus of both of these teams are going to be. With a little bit of an update here, Vincent, level
10. It's still 72 total kill-wise. Rebellion Zion here holding on. The Lord Dance still occurring, but Mars here trying to open vision as well. The top side here, it's heavily favoring Rebellion Zion. Cars missing the onward. Nile again repositioning. Oh, good hook. And the son, Luke, now taking damage, gets taken out. Vincent finding the kill. Beloyski will be the next target, gets taken out as well. Vincent with the double, looking for the triple. Chadera is going to be the casualty. A boy, good hook. Heisenborn secures the kill. And just like that, GEEK fam, only one man standing.
That's a 4-0 trade. They're gonna get the Lord as well. As Niall, he has nowhere to run. What is he doing? Is he going back in? He's re-engaging.
Oh my goodness, Vincent, go to Retri. Niall here with the Hail Mary play. Does not connect though, but he escapes.
Rebellion Zion winning it out on all fronts, and all the while throughout that Lord dance, the fact was Renbu on the Angela was able to create a slow push in the top side and was able to just utilize the hard guard to come back into the fray, come back to the team fight, and that is one of the advantages of having an Angela on your team.
It's disastrous for GEEK fam right here. Every single time they're winning a fight, they lost a fight, they lose multiple members and multiple objectives. Usually GEEK fam are a bit more calculative. Even if they lose out, they'll lose 1 or 2 members and then maybe trade for some other objectives. But with a Franco, with the Martis just resetting on the decimation, it's just so dangerous. And this is a chance for Rebellion, man. Everyone's going to be grouped up for GEEK fam to try and cancel out and save each other from the engage. This is where the Franco from OTTZ is going to be so dangerous to the side of GEEK fam.
He's definitely going to be so dangerous. I mean, I think in the early game we were talking about it and we were like, all right, Audi TZ, that's his power pick. Franco's his power pick. But we haven't seen him find that iron hook to success. But a little bit of warm-up was all it took here in the mid-game to finally find those very important picks that ultimately give Rebellion Zion an advantage when it comes down to these 5v5 team fights, making it unfair, making it a 5v4. And now they're knocking onto the base of GEEK fam, asking them, how much, how deep do you want the upper brackets?
Let's see. Base turret number 1 in the top lane falls. GEEK fam, they weren't able to do anything about it, but they will secure and save the mid lane and the bottom lane base turrets.
Still an important wave in the middle though. They were delaying it a bit, using it now, but with the conceal, it pushes GEEK fam away, and look at this.
GEEK fam again, another free base turret. Woloski here holding on with that. He popped the flicker earlier, so no flicker for him, but it seems like they will secure and defend the base turret in the bottom lane. So Rebellion Zion here, they're happy. First Lord, 2 base turrets, 10,000 gold lead.
Unfortunately, they wouldn't have the turn on the other side, but Luke misses the penalty zone. This could be punished.
That's huge, a mistake. Luke gets taken out, and Beloyski will fall surely. He will fall first, and then Luke. Cards finding the killing spree. And it seems like GEEK fam, their gamble wasn't worth it. Still.
It's just a bit too risky, man.
Oh,
even if Luke landed a penalty zone, that's crazy. There was nobody even close enough to try and follow up on that. 3v5 right here. This might be the end.
Say they want to end. Good pull. Chadera gets taken out. Niall next, and Rebellion Zion will secure base turret in the bottom lane first. All structures are taken down. And the base left wide open. A boy flickering out of the way, but the base will be the main target. And the Blue Bulls, they strike first.
13 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was 13 minutes for game number 1, with Rebellion Zion completely capitalizing over their mid-game power spike, steamrolling over GEEK fam, who I believe had a very messy performance.
They weren't given a choice either, man. All the TZ on this Franco. This is what Mirko was technically complaining about. Don't give this guy a support, someone to save people. He is all about aggression. Given his signature hero, he just hooks GEEK fam out of the first game. Just like that,